Coming up is a 30-minute intense strength training workout that requires no equipment, just you and a mat. You'll tone up your lower body, core, and upper body in this intense full body workout that'll leave you feeling stronger and fitter than when you started. We got 2 blocks of work, 4 exercises per block, following a 45-second on, 15-second off format for a total of 3 rounds. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, let's get started with a warm up. Let's bring those feet nice and wide. 2 big deep breaths to start. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, let it go. Again, inhale, hands up. Exhale, let it go. Let's bring those feet nice and wide, toes pointing forward. Dynamic lateral lunges. Send those hips back like you're sitting in a chair. Keep the knee in line with your toe. Chest is proud, shoulders back and down. Good. We have about 4 minutes to get ourselves nice and warm, get all of our joints and our kinks out of the way before we get started. Bring those feet out nice and wide, big side body stretch. Maybe you're doing this first thing in the morning, or maybe you've been sitting down working all day. It's so important that we just expand our body. Give it some time to get out all the stretches before we start working out. Now, this workout is gonna be intense, but it is body weight, which means we're using our own body as our piece of equipment. No need to add any extra weights today. You're gonna go ahead and bring those hands all the way up to the sky and then fold it forward. Drop into a nice big squat position. So sending those hips back behind you, maybe you can sway side to side, and then extend the hamstrings again, booty comes up. Again, bend into the legs, side to side, sway it out, and then come back up. Now from here, walk those hands to a downward facing dog. So your heels come down, chest presses to the thighs, and then drop those heels down to feel the calves stretch out. From here, come into a high plank position. So you're stacking the shoulders on top of the wrists, you're squeezing those inner thighs, glutes are nice and tight, and then bring it back up. Sometimes we just need a slow start. I know when I was younger, I would just go straight into a workout without a proper warm-up. And I mean, that's a young person's lifestyle, right? They can kind of do whatever they want, but as you get older, you have to slowly work your way into it. So I'm really enjoying the slow movement before we get started. Now let's bring 1 foot forward, runner's lunge. You're gonna reach that same side hand up to the sky and then try to bring your elbow down towards the floor. This is the world's greatest stretch. And if you do it enough times, you'll understand why. Bring that hand back, foot back, and switch sides. You're gonna bring the left foot forward. Inhale that left hand nice and long, and then bring it down, maybe tapping the floor or getting as close as you can. Feel the stretch along your spine as you rotate. Good. And rest. Good. From here, drop down to those knees and we'll take a few bird dog reaches. You're gonna extend one leg, opposite hand reaches forward, and then go ahead and switch. And let's go one more. And when you're ready, go ahead and pick yourself up, downward dog, walk those hands back towards your toes, roll on up to a stand. All right, so we're gonna start with your first exercise, which is a reverse lunge with a twist and a balance. So starting with your feet together, come down into your lunge, twist to the same side as that front leg, drive that knee up, finding your balance, and then you're gonna repeat other side, lunge, twist, come back through center, bring that knee up, and repeat. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So send those hips back, drive that bottom knee as low as you can to the floor. Find your twist in your side abs as you rotate. And also, really think about driving your energy through your heel as you balance. Balance may be challenging for you today. So if you're struggling with it just a little bit, no worries. You can take the balance part out of this exercise and just stand up. So we're getting into your legs, obliques, balance, stability, all of it happening all at once. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, next up, we have an inchworm with 2 rows. Feet shoulder distance apart. Walk your hands into a plank position. 2 rows, and then stand back up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Drive it down, walk it out, hips down. Stabilize your hips as you row those hands to the rib cage. Come back up, roll on up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Now, notice how my feet are about mat distance apart. That helps me take the wiggle out of the hips, helps me to stabilize my core. Now, if you need an option, you're more than welcome to just drop down to those knees during your rows and then come back to your plank to pick yourself back up. You have 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, next exercise, we're gonna go into a prisoner squat with a hip hinge. So hands behind, elbows wide, squat and hinge. 3, 2, 1, go. So big bend in the legs and then push a door behind you. Big bend in the legs, knees soft, stretch out the hammies and the glutes. So if I show you side profile what this looks like, we drop it down and then we push it out. Notice how my hips are coming back behind me and I'm trying to keep my posture nice and tall. This is why my elbows are nice and wide, okay? So do that as well, elbows wide. And your feet are about shoulder distance, maybe a little bit wider, with your toes pointing out to the 45 degrees. You have 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, last move in this block, we take it down to a reverse bridge with a crab knee. So hips come up, then they hover, and then opposite hand and knee tap. Time starts now. So lift up, hover, right hand, left knee. And then reverse bridge, hover the hips, switch sides. Now, I understand this move can be difficult. So if you're having trouble with your balance, you're going to modify by just lifting the foot, keeping both hands down. So this gets triceps, shoulders, core, glutes, and hamstrings. Lots of things going on. Take your time, go slow. I remember the first time I did this, I fell over. So it's all good if you feel that way. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna go ahead, come back to the very top, starting with your reverse lunge with that twist and your balance. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Drop it down, twist it out, drive that knee up, and switch. Now this is a perfect exercise or workout rather for someone who's maybe just getting started into strength training. Great beginner workout, but it's also for those who, let's say you are working out consistently and you lift heavy weights, you do a lot of HIIT cardio. This is a great active recovery, lower intensity workout that still kind of checks off the box, like you got your exercise in, but you didn't really need to push it. And time, good. Next up, we're gonna go into your inchworm and your 2 rows. Now feet shoulder distance apart to start, stand nice and tall. We take off in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I think a big mistake that people make is they think that every workout needs to be 100% crazy, where you're sweating, you're huffing and puffing. And I made that mistake too when I was just getting started on my fitness journey. I felt that if I didn't sweat by the end of the workout, it didn't count. But I will say, after transforming my body and getting into the best shape of my life, I will tell you right now that the workouts that actually don't make you sweat are sometimes the most effective workouts you can do. You have 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're gonna go into that prisoner squat with your hip hinge. And I'll explain why that is in just a second. So let's get our feet about hip distance, shoulder distance, a little bit wider. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now, to really change your body composition, to change the shape of it, if you wanna look toned, it requires you to lift heavy weights. Or in this case, your own body weight, right? We're constantly lifting our own body up in certain positions. So this is a form of resistance training. When you lift weights, you're able to change the shape of your body, you're able to build lean muscle, and it will change the way your body looks. And oftentimes, strength training doesn't give you the biggest sweat, and your heart rate's not up. 3, 2, 1, rest. Come down into a reverse bridge, and we'll take that crab kick. So just because you're not getting a huge sweat in today's workout, it doesn't mean that it's not working. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Reach up, down, and lift. Don't forget, you can't out-train a bad diet. So make sure that when you are working out, you're fueling your body properly. Post-workout, you wanna prioritize a great source of protein, a great source of carbohydrates to restore your glycogen stores, and lots of water. Don't complicate it. It's not complicated. We just make it complicated. Just keep showing up, doing the thing. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. When you're ready, go ahead, stand on up. We're gonna go one more round, doing all 4 exercises. Last round, best round. Here we go. Feet together. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Reverse lunge, twist, knee balance, and switch. I was just talking to someone this morning, and she's in the health and wellness field, and she talks to a lot of clients of hers, and she tells me all the time that all of the women that come to her are literally burning themselves out, doing tons and tons of cardio, doing 2 hours of cardio a day. And listen, I was that woman. I used to do that because I thought that's what got results, right? Burn more calories. Makes sense, right? No. Time. We're gonna go into your inchworm plus 2 rows. That just puts a lot of stress on the body, and we need to be able to support our body and fuel our body and train it correctly, not try to break it down, but rather, time starts, build it up. 2 rows. So, take it from me. Make sure that you're doing a combination of cardio and strength, prioritizing your rest, prioritizing your recovery, getting lots of sleep, eating your veggies. I mean, we all know this. But it's hard to follow through sometimes. I get it. That's why accountability is so important. Investing in a community is so important. 3, 2, 1, rest. We're gonna go into your prisoner sumo squat with your hip hinge, feet wide, toes out. We'll drop it down, maybe a little bit lower this time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So many people try to do their fitness journey alone, right? They hide their goals, they don't share it with other people, but they don't have skin in the game. And when there's no skin in the game, you're more likely to make excuses. So I learned that early on. I need to tell people about my goals because it's gonna give me that skin in the game. My integrity's on the line, my reputation's on the line if I don't follow through. And so many different times in my journey, I've joined different groups, different programs. I hired a coach, which was a game changer. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Drop it down to a reverse bridge to your crab knee. So coaches need coaches too, by the way. Even though you know what to do, doing it, time starts, is the hardest part. Constantly have pressure from friends and family to live unhealthy lifestyles, right? It's hard to have that much willpower to resist. But when you surround yourself with people who support your goals, who are cheering you on, who are rooting you on, that makes this lifestyle so much easier to actually do. Couple more seconds. And rest. Nice work. All right, stand on up, grab a sip of water if you need it, towel down. We are officially halfway through this workout. You get a 1-minute break, so enjoy it. Come back, do what you gotta do, and we're gonna get started with block number 2. Okay, so let me demo the first exercise for you. Feet, shoulder distance, toes parallel, pointing forward. Gonna come down into a squat, step out, step back in. Big step out into a lateral lunge. Notice how this leg bends, this leg stays straight, and then I come back. Step out, step in, big step out, lateral lunge, and come back in, okay? So we're focusing on quads, hamstrings, booty, side booty. We're gonna get started. Set position, drop it down. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Out, big step, switch, out, big step, switch, good. Now, make sure that your feet stay shoulder distance apart. Nothing shorter, nothing more narrow. And stay low in those legs. Good. Now, as you come into that lateral lunge, drive into your heel, bam, to pick yourself back up. Drive into the heel, bam, to get yourself back up. That's gonna help you activate your glutes. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Drop it down to a plank, please. You got wide to narrow push-ups. Let's do this on our knees first. Hands are gonna be mat distance apart for the wide, and then shoulder distance for the narrow. 3, 2, 1. So wide push-ups here, and then shoulder distance, narrow push-ups. Now notice the elbows. In the wide, they're coming out to the 45 degrees. In the narrow, they're coming to the rib cage. So we have a chest push-up and a tricep push-up. I want you to do this on your knees first because I want you to prioritize your range of motion. I want you to get your chest as low as you can. If you're on your feet and you're going down like this, that's doing nothing for you. So on the knees first, and then we get stronger from here. Time ends. Nice. All right, from here, we're gonna go to our back. We have a hip bridge walkout and a march. So take a look, hips are up. We're gonna do 2 marches and then 2 walkouts. Your legs extend and come back in. Again, lift up, and then walk it out. Now notice my hips never touch the floor. This is a hard move, I get it. So if you need an option, you're gonna just keep your feet planted and you're gonna go down and up and just do a hip bridge and focus on squeezing your glutes here, tucking that pelvis under. Definitely getting into the glutes and hamstrings, right? You feel it on your backside and rest. Amazing. Stay on your back. We're gonna go into sprinter sit-ups. You're gonna bring your heels out just a little bit more. You're gonna sit yourself up, tap the inside of the opposite foot, and come back down. Time starts. Now, if sit-ups are too difficult for you, you can go into a crunch and still tap the inside of your shoe, focusing on lifting your shoulder blades off the floor. Now, as you do this crunch, really rotate and twist your body to the right and to the left. Couple more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, stand on up. We're gonna go back to the very top. 2 more rounds. We have your squat walk and your lateral lunge. Feet shoulder distance, drop it down. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Out, big step, boom. Good. Out, big step, boom, nice. This is the perfect workout for me today because yesterday I did a lot of heavy weightlifting. No, it's not just for the fellas, ladies. So good for all of us. Don't be afraid to lift heavy weights. Don't be afraid to have a lower intensity workout for those cardio crazy queens. You have 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Come down to your plank position. We're gonna go into your wide and narrow push-ups. Now, this is your opportunity, if you want, go on your feet for maybe some of them. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now, I'm gonna be honest with myself. These narrow push-ups are hard for me. My form starts to break. But my push-ups are strong, my wide ones. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop down to the knees, focus on good form for the wide, for the narrow, and then come back to my feet for the wide. Sometimes you gotta keep your ego in check. Sure, I'd like to do them on my feet, but at the end of the day, I want to get results. So you got to take it 1 rep at a time. Rest. Good. Come into your hip bridge march and your walkout. So on your back, feet shoulder distance. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Extend. Now, I am doing the full extension. A modification is you can go halfway. So halfway right here, and then bring it back. Just try to keep those hips up the entire time. Almost there, 10 seconds. You have 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, sprinter sit-ups, stay on your back. Now, if you need a little bit more momentum, you can even bring your hands above the head. 3, 2, 1. You can lift up and come back. Now, these are called sprinter sit-ups for a reason. I want you to go fast on the way up, slow on the way down. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Focusing on the front side of your abs, that 6-pack, as well as your oblique side abs, and time. Good, hug those knees in. When you're ready, roll on up. Amazing job. We're gonna go back to the very top. This is your last round, and then we are done, my friend. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Squat walk, lunge. Sometimes you gotta ask yourself, like, what is the best thing that I need to do today to support myself? Sometimes it's not a workout. Sometimes it is just rest. You have to think about it. Maybe you did a ton of workouts for the last 5 days. Maybe it's time for a rest day. Maybe you just had a really stressful weekend or week, and working out just adds to that stress. Time. Good. It's a beautiful thing, come down to your wide and narrow push-ups, to be able to really listen to your body and take care of it and support it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Even though that might not be part of the plan you're following, right? If you're doing like a 30-day challenge and it says that it's time for HIIT cardio, and you're on the heaviest day of your period, like, that does not feel good, nor would I want you to do that. Listen to your body. It's okay to go off plan, because at the end of the day, this is your plan, and you're human, and it's life, and things happen. And you can get right back in. Time. Good. We're gonna go into your hip bridge, march, and walk out. Feet, shoulder distance, hips lifted. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I had to kind of break away from that mentality where it's like, oh, if I miss a day, I'm a failure. I might as well just give up on my goals and eat a bunch of crap. Like, I was that person. I was that yo-yo dieter, that yo-yo fitness person that was like, if I don't do this 100%, I'm a failure. But now I am a huge proponent of living that 80-20 lifestyle, where it's like, yeah, some days you want that piece of chocolate, but it doesn't mean you're a failure and that it ruins all your progress, because the truth is it doesn't. Time start, time ends, rest. We're gonna go into your sprinter sit-up, last exercise. You have to like sometimes designate between fact and fantasy. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Especially when the holidays come around, people are just like, oh my God, Thanksgiving is gonna ruin me. Christmas is gonna ruin me. It's like, no, it's not. It's one day. It's one day out of 30 days of the month. If you are trying to stay on track and be healthy and be fit for 29 days out of 30, I think you're doing okay. So it's okay. I'm giving you that permission slip right now that it is okay and you are gonna be just fine. Couple more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Hug those knees in, roll on up, slowly come up to a stand, and pat yourself on the back for an amazing job. Awesome work today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead, like this video, comment below, and let me know how you're feeling. And if you want to work out with me and continue to get your groove on, check out this workout here. It's a good one. And if you want more workouts from me and want to stay notified, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you can get up to date on everything that I upload. I'll see you next time.